Hi friends, very good afternoon. Punarvas Jaikumar here. The students were asking for a quick 2 to 3 minute summary of the corporate law related amendments in the budget. So the budget, let me just quickly run you through a few changes that have been brought by the Honorable Finance Minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman. Okay, so first of all, guys, it's a digital budget, as you saw, because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's happening for the first time ever. So this was done on a Made in India tablet. It was completely digital this time. Coming to our corporate law changes, the first one was, as you know, in Companies Amendment Act 2019, which came, and then 2020, of which some sections are notified, some are yet to be notified. There was a lot of decriminalization. And when I say decriminalization, the concept of fine is converted to penalty. When there is a fine in law, this had to be paid, directly to the court. The court proceedings used to happen. And the court here is the National Company Law Tribunal. But when it's converted to penalty, the penalty here is the internal authority, that is the ROC. So there are many sections where the imprisonment was removed, from non-compoundable, where it was fine and imprisonment. They made it compoundable, fine or imprisonment. And fine, in many cases, were converted to penalty, where rather than going and wasting the court's time, you could go to the ROC and settle the issue by paying the penalty there. So that process happened. It started off in 2017, then it came again in 2019 and Companies Amendment 2020, and now, as per the speech of the Honorable Finance Minister, the decriminalization of the procedural aspects and all the technical compoundable offences is complete. So the next order of business is to take up the decriminalization of the LLP Act of 2008. So that is in the pipeline. The third change, Companies Act definition of small company. So there are quite a few exemptions for small companies. And the definition of small company was, it was a private company where the paid up capital was less than or equal to 50 lakhs, and the turnover, not or, and the turnover is less than or equal to 2 crore. Now, in order to give this exemption to many more such companies, to bring more than 2 lakh companies again under this umbrella, they have decided to change the definition from not exceeding 50 lakhs to not exceeding 2 crore. So basically, the threshold of the paid up capital has been increased from 50 lakh to 2 crore, and from turnover 2 crore to 20 crore. So as of today, from now, whenever it is notified, the small company definition would be those private companies whose paid up capital would be less than or equal to 2 crore and whose turnover would be less than or equal to 20 crore rupees. So that is the next change. And we all knew the concept of one-person company, which is already there in China, in UK, USA, then Pakistan. It started in 2005, 2003, 2002, like that. In India, for ease of business, the J.J. Irani committee was set up sometime in 2005, and after many recommendations, they also said that the concept of one-person company has to be introduced, right? So that's why in 2013, in the Companies Amendment Act, we got the concept of the one-person company, OPC. Now, there are a lot of restrictions, only a resident Indian had to be, and it's a natural person, resident Indian, should have been in India for, 182 days. All those provisions were there, and if obviously is a director, the resident director concept of also 182 days was applicable. And non-resident Indian could not be a member of the OPC. Even the nominee of the OPC should have been a resident individual, an Indian. So those things have changed because of a lot of innovations and startups, and also the need for financing from abroad. There was a need to change the definition, or even the restrictions rather, in the OPC. So that has been done now, and there is no restriction for the OPC with respect to the paid up capital and the turnover. And there was also a lot of restrictions from conversion of OPC to private, private to public, OPC to public and stuff. And now they have said that they can convert to any other type of company without any restrictions. Also, the residency limit from 182 days, they have brought it down to 120 days. And one more major change, even non-resident Indians can incorporate OPCs in India. This will open up the market to foreign investors, and of course the investors who are NRIs who would want to come back to the country or contribute to the country in some way, that is by opening the one-person company. So that is one major change. Now this is just a summary of all the amendments. I am not going to sit and discuss the pros and cons of each of these things. That we will have to take it up by connecting various sections. That will be done at a later stage. This is just a quick summary with respect to the company law. And of course, because of the pandemic now, I mean, I have many lawyer friends who actually do all these hearings online. Of course, they are fully clothed in their complete lawyer attire, but they do it in the comfort of their homes. And especially because of the traffic and predominantly because of the pandemic, the e-court mechanism has come into play. And the e-court mechanism will now be implemented formally in the NCLT, which is a very welcome change. It saves a lot of time. Though you may argue that the decorum and the sanctity of the court may be diminished, but it's not so, buddies. The e-court is a very powerful mechanism to ensure that the hearings will take place on time, and it will not of course it will be quick hearings and everything would be extremely quick, so it's a welcome move. And of course the MCA, the new version MCA 21 is going to release the 3.0 version, will be launched very soon. It will have some additional modules for the e-scrutiny, e-adjudication and e-consultation and compliance management. And in 21-22 the LIC divestment, the IPO will happen, and also there will be a divestment or disinvestment of many firms like BPCL, Air India. Everything will conclude by 21-22, so which will fill up the coffers of the government by almost around 1,75,000 crores. And more strategic disinvestments are in the pipeline, which will free up almost 1,75,000 crores for the financial year 21-22. And yes, of course, because of the growth, the incredible growth of the commodity market, stricter regulations are the order of the day. That is why we know that SCRA controls the stock exchanges, and SEBI controls the entire securities market, and there is a need to set up and arrange and also bring about some very, very stringent regulations for the commodities market. So that has been, the ball is set to roll already. So SEBI will be notified to regulate the commodities market as well. And one interesting change in the company law arena would be the proposal to sort of consolidate all the provisions of, because SCRA came in 1956 and SEBI in 92, and there are some overlapping provisions, and the same with the Government Securities Act as well and the Depositories Act as well. So basically guys, this will affect our syllabus as well. So everything will be combined, and they want to consolidate the provisions of the SEBI Act, Depositories Act, SCRA, and of course government securities. And government also aims to amend the insurance law as well, to aim for a higher foreign direct investment, increasing the FDI limits, which was there from 49% to almost 74%. So these are the changes where it all started in 1992 with Shri Manmohan Singh and PV Narasimha Rao opening up the country because of the LPG effect, a landmark year in the history of our Indian politics and the Indian economy. And from then it has been always every government's endeavor to ensure that we open up our markets to others, as well as build up a robust mechanism in India to regulate the same. So this was a quick summary of the budget points relating to my subject, company law. Analysis will follow, where we need to connect this to various sections and then do the needful. So I hope you enjoyed the video, buddies. Thank you so much. Take care.